According to Deseret News in 2015, of all the over 3,000 deaths in Utah that are attributed to cancer, the highest mortality form is lung cancer, attributing to about 15% of the deaths. In a state where over 90% of the people are non-smokers, how can we make sense of these statistics? The answer lies within the ground that we build our homes and communities on, a poisonous gas called radon that wreaks havoc on the air quality and health of the people throughout the entire state. So what is radon, and how does it affect people? Well, radon is a noble gas found on the periodic table of science that comes from the constant breakdown of the radioactive material uranium. When uranium in the ground soil breaks down over time, radon, the culprit of such high rates of lung cancer, seeps up from the ground into homes where it is trapped, waiting to be breathed in by the inhabitants of the home. With constant exposure to high levels of this radioactive material, lung cancer develops in much higher rates than normal. So why is radon so prevalent in Utah? Well, according to the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, 1 in 3 homes in Utah have high levels of radon trapped in the home. No wonder lung cancer rates are so high here, even when most of the population doesn't even smoke. We are trapped inside of our homes with a destructive agent that ruins our lungs. The Utah Department of Natural Resources has provided a list to what locations or building conditions are hazards for high radon concentration, which are as follows. Structures built on or near groundwater that contain sufficient uranium, underlying soil that allows easy movement of radon, porous building materials, cracks, and or other openings below the ground surface, usually in the foundation of a home, that allows radon to enter the building from the soil, lower air pressure inside the home than the soil around the building foundation. This map provided through the Department of Natural Resources shows these areas in red that are high in concentration of uranium in the soil, which will emit high levels of radon as well. If homes and or buildings are constructed on these areas, radon will be trapped inside the homes, which will lead to lung problems. Unfortunately, this is the area where homes and businesses are usually built. Building companies, construction companies that build homes and buildings need to be aware of this environmental hazard and take precautions to avoid radon exposure to the residents of these homes. There are local radon mitigation companies like Radon Be Gone that are experts in filtering radon out of the homes in order to protect Utah citizens from the threat of lung cancer that comes from radon exposure. If you have not gotten your home checked out now, it's the time to call one of these companies to make sure that you and your family are safe.